Hi everyone, this is Natasha from Principia, and today we're going to talk about how do you analyze a primary source document on your AP World DBQ. Whether you're working with a text or an image of an object, there are 3 basic steps that you should follow in order to analyze that source effectively. First, you want to put the source in its historical context. In other words, what was going on at the time that it was made? Who made it? Where was it made? And when was it made? Second, you want to examine the details. If it's a text, what do you notice about the way that it's written? If it's an image, what do you see? Finally, you want to assess the source's purpose. Why was it made? And what was it aiming to do? Let's look at a real-world primary source document that was used on an actual DBQ essay test and go through these 3 steps so you can see how they can help you to analyze those sources. So this is one of the documents that was included on the 2019 AP World History test. The prompt for this DBQ was to evaluate the extent to which the Portuguese transformed maritime trade in the Indian Ocean in the 16th century. So first, let's put the source in its context. We're going to think about the who, the what, the where, and the when. So what is it? The source caption tells us that this is an inlaid box made in Gujarat for export to Portugal. But for our analysis, we need to think beyond the details that the caption provides. So what else can we add about this box? Notice its delicate swirling designs as well as its graceful animal figures. This object is something that was just as beautiful as it was functional, if not more so. Now, where was it made? Again, we're told something helpful by the DBQ. This box was made in Gujarat, a region in northern India that bordered a growing Portuguese presence. Now, when was it made? According to the DBQ caption, this box was made around 1600. Remember, when you're given a date on a DBQ test, contextualize it. 1600 CE is about 100 years after the Portuguese first established their presence in India, and it's also at the height of the Mughal Empire, in the reign of Akbar the Great. Finally, we should think about who made it. But we don't know. We're not given that information. We do, however, know who it was made for, the Europeans. We can make an educated guess that this elegant box was meant to be sold to wealthy Portuguese who were eager to know more about the land that they were trying to colonize. So now let's take a closer look at this object and examine the details. So, of course, there are no words to analyze for things like diction, tone, and register, but we can think about the overall tone of the object. It's elegant, it's luxurious, it's lovely. If the box had words on it, we can imagine that they would be beautiful poetry. Looking closely, we can also see that it's a great mixture of aesthetics. Notice the hunter dressed in European clothing, who's chasing after animals native to India. So even with the little bit of detective work that we've done, we can make some interesting conclusions as we think about this source's purpose. We know that this box was meant to be sold to European consumers, so it was meant to make somebody some money. But the box had another purpose. It flatters European colonizers by showing, asserting, or even putting a face, if you will, to European presence in India. It inscribes European presence onto the Indian landscape, making India look lovely, prestigious, and accessible. So accessible that you could wrap it up in a little box and take it home to show your family and friends. So that is the purpose of this box. Now that we've completed our analysis of this object, we need to go back to the DBQ prompt and think about how our analysis can fit into the essay as a whole. This box, we've found, demonstrates 2 things, and this is what you would write in your essay. First, the box shows that the Portuguese did indeed transform maritime trade, and they did this by creating a new luxury market for goods to travel from India to Europe. But second, we could also add that the Portuguese also influenced commerce in Europe by redefining the image of luxury through the production of objects like this inlaid box. So that's how you analyze your primary sources. Have fun analyzing. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.